Всем привет, с вами Мафия. Продолжаем играть Вампир. Так, и опять у нас ночная смена. И я, кажется, выполнил задание. Я что-то в морг ходил, шлялся, там, убивал этих гопников. Начал по этим стеклянкам шустать, а потом херакс сделал, и вот у меня состав района тяжелый почему-то. И вот все сделано. И я потом, когда здесь все сделал, потом, я просто зашел сюда, залез и вот эту вот фигню начал рубить. Потом вот эти вот все начал делать. А потом отправился спать, мол, типа сохраниться. А потом оно залезло в какую-то фигню и бац, потом появилась вот эта вот тема. Не знаю, как это случилось. Видимо, меня пожалели. Посмотрели, вот, бедный чувак. Жопу раздирает. И все такое, Не знает, как дальше проходить.
Locked, right.
Вот, так, теперь хоть спокойненько я могу. Все-таки я могу, да? Или все-таки мне? Ну да, я могу. Короче, в итоге... А тут еще вот... Все. Так. А еще это сложно. Пипец. Ботва. Я уже, не знаю, думал, что делать, блядь. Я думал, что-то я неправильно, что-то тут мудрю. Так. Не то. Что, сюда мне идти надо? Нет. А где медсестричка наша? Она где-то была здесь, мне кажется. Еще какая-то девица. Так это она. Здрасте.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Здрасте.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Так. Что там у нас? Ага. Хорошо. Мать. С каким? Вот с тобой, что ли? С тобой? Давай
Good
поговорим.
evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Так, ладно. Не знаю. Скажите о
Tell me
себе.
about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Понятно.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Давай.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Ясненько. У него ничего не открылось. Так
Goodbye
что
for now,
ладно.
Mr. Fiddick.
Goodbye.
I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a
Так, а вот. Мать, да? Мать, это ты? Мы. Ну, она. Так, значит так. Ну, судя по всему, это вот она.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
Да-да-да, мать. Давай. Да, Дороти.
What can you tell me about the epidemic, Nurse Crane? I've been out of touch since I've come back to England.
Everyday folk don't know how bad it is. The papers certainly won't tell them. Not as long as the war is raging on, anyway.
News on the front stated that the Spanish flu was under control, at least in Britain.
It seemed to be for a while, but that was only last summer. It returned with a vengeance just over a month ago.
Понятно. Насчет
What can you
пациентов.
tell me about our patients here at Pembroke?
This hospital was founded to help the East End poor and needy. But since the war and the quarantine, we've had all manner of folk.
Can you be more specific?
Well, veterans, the elderly, dock workers. We even have a few mental patients. If there's space, we take them.
Понятно. Да, у вас есть одна психическая. Как вы
For
долго
how
здесь
long
работали?
have you been working here, Nurse Crane?
I first volunteered at the Pembroke in 1911, a few months after Dr. Swansea was appointed.
And before you arrived here?
If you must know, this was my first job.
Понятно.
Well, Dr. Swansea certainly has confidence in your abilities. Are you in charge of the nursing staff?
Not in an official capacity, but the Pembroke doesn't always work above board, so to speak.
Понятно.
What about medical protocols?
Dr. Reed, we don't have the money and resources here at the Pembroke like they do in the West End. We do what we can.
Понятно.
How is the duty roster organized?
Everybody works until they can't. If there's time, they'll eat a meal and shed a silent tear.
Ясно. Ну,
I'll see you
прощай.
later, Nurse Crane.
Я все выяснил.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
my sweet
Крыса в больнице.
reads me like a book.
Называется. Так,
Never could keep it.
товарищ. Я пойду поговорю. Да, я понял, извиняюсь. Так. Что это? Так, наверх. Ну, слава богу, мы хоть продвинулись. Так, погодите. Сглаживание. Выключу. Что-то мне глаза болят от этого сглаживания, блядь. Вот, более-менее. Не так, как глаза режет. Так. Он здесь, что ли? Да. Мы угадали, он
Please,
здесь.
Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body,
Biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Круто, да?
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Окей. Да.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
Why, the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
И все, что ли? Ну ладно. Как скажете, док. Пойдем прогуляемся. Это вниз мне надо? Это где-то в палатах, да? Ладно, это здесь. Это где-то вот в этих местах. Только я не могу туда попасть. Она где-то здесь. Это где, бля? Вы прикалываетесь, где это? Где-то там. Далековато, бля. О, вторая идет. Поговорить про... Где она, бля, хамуха, Вася? А, вон, вижу, все. Нашел. Тут такая большая территория, что я обосрусь ее обходить. Вы кто такой, товарищ? Ага, все понял. Вы, наверное, водила. Но водила нам не нужен. Так, вот, все, нашел.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem
Спасибо.
surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr.
О,
Swansea.
началось опять.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Так. Я рад вас видеть.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Да справлюсь я.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Понятно.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence
Ну
has
понятно,
a
я понял.
tendency to spiral out of control.
Я просто спросил, что ты.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Понятно.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Окей. Блять. Я вам чё, блин? Так, в больнице, да? Это, получается, саму территорию заходим. А он где-то здесь, да? Так, здесь. Да, вот он. Старушка какая-то.
Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
Ha! How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call.
Ага.
One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Точно. Давай
If I
посплечничаем.
didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Угу. Давай вот так вот.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
Да ладно, что ты орешь? Старая эта вешалка. Понятно,
I
давай.
assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Угу. Так, что там дальше у нас? Ух ты, бля. Симпа-базар. С медсестрой, да?
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Все медсестры. Так, она наверху. Ну ладно, пойдем наверх. Здесь или еще наверху? По-моему, еще наверху, да? Да, без проблем. А что, здесь где-то? Так, где они, блядь? Короче, у вас тут пипец грязи. Со всей медсестрой поговорить надо. Ну ладно, давай. Ну ладно, давай. Так.
Thelma Howcroft said she was
Это
being
кто у нас?
watched
Это
by
док?
vampire hunters.
Это док.
Where are they hiding?
Это не то.
I should investigate.
Что это? Ну,
It's locked.
Закрыто нахуй. Как всегда. Так, ладно, погоди. Где не находятся-то все? Док. Ладно, док. До свидания. Так, я к тебе зайду. В кабинет. Сюда залезу. Так, на койку. Что у нас тут еще? Наука, бляха. Наука не прокачана. Наука. Организм. Попробую прокачать. Так, организм прокачал. Кровь. А, все. Теперь все, да. Следующая ночь. Так. Ну-ка. Состояние тяжелое. Так. Пойду поищу нашу медсестер. Где-то они шляются, как всегда опять. Непонятно в каких ракурсах мне их искать. Так, ну это точно не вверх. Значит, где-то они где-то шляются по низу. Так. Не то, пальто, не то. Я знаю, что это не то. Так, мне медсестра. Где лекарство, блять, кто-то орет. Минуточку. Сейчас разберемся. Вот тут я помню, видал медсестру. Она уже слиняла, да? И так-то... Во! Какая-то медсестра гуляет. Ну-ка, мать.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
А, во! Давай жизнью поинтересуйся. Гипнотизировать? Да,
How are
давай.
things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy,
Ah.
more lethal than any...
Мы уже это слышали. Мать, нам это уже не интересно. Так, здесь мы уже тоже были.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Понятно.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Ага. А если так? И чё? Чё не работает?
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Короче, понятно все.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you
До
need
свидания.
assistance.
Где еще медсестры? Так, еще две медсестры остались. Раздобыть. Так. Сейчас мы их найдем. А если... А чё не... А чё тут? Слежка. А там кто? А как она туда попала? Дороти. 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 Мать твою. Ау. Я что-то вижу.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Понятно. А вот мы когда просочились сюда. Не понял, а где это? Миссис Ручка. Так, всем пока, с вами был